tough to find a nutritious breakfast cereal. That's why mothers across the world are choosing ENVIROKIDS Gorilla Munch cereal. These golden puffs of corn are made with non-GMO ingredients, is 100% USA organic, and is gluten-free. Buy a box today and you can win an Enviro trip to Belize courtesy of Gorilla Munch cereal.
The following episode of Limbo Grub, aka Yucker Yum, I shall be focusing on a dear subject of mine, someone I like to refer to as the gorilla of my dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Harambee Farewell episode. Now, you might be wondering, I've beaten this dead horse till now, why don't I just see this through to the end? It's not because Harambe jokes aren't funny. I mean, Harambe jokes will be funny from dawn to dusk. They'll be funny until the end of time. People will be talking about this beloved gorilla for decades, for centuries. It's not because of that, it's because cramming that Harambe message into every one of these videos requires effort. And Limbo Grub, aka Yucker Yum, is all about just doing it quick and not, just going into things blind. You gotta think every food item that I put up to the table, I gotta have in my brain three simple possibilities. If it's good, if it's bad, or if it's just mediocre, I have to have a Harambe line planned for each one of those scenarios. And it was starting to, it was giving me a headache. I guess you could say that I just got tired of it. I just got tired of all the prep and just having to be prepared, and sometimes I would even forget to prepare and I wouldn't have a joke in my head and I'd be like, uh-oh, I'd be halfway through, I'd be like, I gotta think of something to cram in here quick, and thankfully I dodged that bullet every time, but you look at it all over YouTube and you know what, I think I'm gonna start aping other YouTube channels. I'm gonna because they find the one thing that works for them, and that gets them popular. That gets them all their views and all their fan base. So what do? They do fewer of those videos, and they do videos of them just sitting in front of the TV and commenting on something that requires no effort. And all the fans of your prior videos are gonna watch that because they're fans of you. That's kind of what I'm doing with Limbo Grub, aka Yucker Yum. So, what do you want from me? I mean, I'm just like everybody else. That's what Limbo Grub is all about, following trends and just doing what everybody else is doing. So, I had to come up with some kind of food. I mean, it's not the weirdest food that I've ever eaten here on this show, but it had to be something gorilla related. And I've been seeing this in my travels for quite a while now, and this is ENVIROKIDS presents Gorilla Munch Corn Puffs. Now, I know I'm feeding into a stereotype here. I don't know if this is offensive to all the apes and monkeys and orangutans that might be watching this, but you think gorilla, you think it would have some kind of banana flavor in there, right? I mean, I don't know, it's just, I'm sorry, that's the way humans think. When you talk about monkeys and apes, you gotta talk about bananas, right? No, they're just corn pops. I mean, I even looked at the box, I saw that they were yellow, I'm like, oh look, banana flavored cereal. This is gonna be fun, it's gonna be something I've never had for the show before, something I've never had in my life before. But no, it's just regular corn pops. They are more healthy than your average corn pops, so I don't know if that makes a difference. But I will tell you this, cereal, I've talked about foods having an identity crisis before, but at least they know that they're foods. Drinks can have identity crises too. Even things like V8 and stuff like that doesn't fit into any rigid category or nothing like that, but at least it knows it should be drank. Cereal is that hazy area. It doesn't know whether it's a food, it doesn't know whether it's a drink. I mean, there are other foods that fit into this weird, like gum. What the hell is gum? Could you call it a food? You couldn't call it a drink. What the hell do you call it? I mean, soup. Soup is another one. I mean, you could drink soup. Obviously, you could just take the bowl and go, but it's not a drink. They call it a food. But how is it a food if you drink it? People like to have their cereal with milk in it. I'm gonna say something very unpopular here. I think that's strange. I don't understand, because to me, what cereal is with milk, it's food floating in a drink. That's what it is. And it's just, it's strange going into your mouth. I can never shake that feeling of just like particles floating in my milk. I want to be tasting one thing. And I don't understand. For my whole life, I've eaten cereal dry when I eat cereal. I usually have a cup of milk right here on the side just to whet my appetite, to wet my whistle before because I don't want to eat first thing in the morning with a dry mouth. And I don't understand why people do it. I mean, I understand this is the way it's been since the very beginning, but we're civilized folk. We can change our ways. All right, enough monkeying around. They look just like regular run-of-the-mill Pop-Tarts, although Pop-Tarts are a little bit bigger than this. They're, you know, like, not Pop-Tarts. Why am I saying Pop-Tarts? Corn Pops. They're a little bit bigger than this. Pop-Tarts are a lot bigger than this. Corn Puffs are usually like, you know, a little bit more like this big each. These are tiny, tiny little spheres, almost resemble Kicks, or like I don't know, like Tricks, Kicks, Tricks, you know, any of that stuff. To me, this is the perfect size, the perfect shape for a cereal. Let me put it up to the nose and let me see what the nose knows. Smells just like your regular, boring, run-of-the-mill cereal. I mean, how the heck am I gonna really dress this up to be more than it is? All right, I guess I'll just taste it. I mean, how are you going to be able to deal with this suspense? Oh my God, what is he gonna put into his mouth? Good grief, this is gonna be like one of the biggest tests in his YouTube career right here, eating Corn Pops. I keep wanting to say Pop-Tarts, I don't know why. That's pretty good. I can't think of the last time that I had Corn Pops, but I do remember them tasting a little bit more unhealthy than this. This tastes a little bit more cleaner than your average Corn Pop. There does seem to be like a thin layer, like a sugary layer to it. It's a little bit sweet on the outside, but when you bite into it, the taste is there. It's not a strong taste, but I would imagine if you liked your cereal floating in milk, this would be fine. It wouldn't taint the taste of the milk. It would retain its taste fine. It's not that bad. I don't know what else to say about it. It's kind of boring. I hate for the Harambee Farewell special to end with something so boring, but gotta give this a star rating. I will give this, it's fine for what it is, so I'll give it 3.5 stars. I would eat this no problem in the morning. If I were to get into the habit of eating cereal every morning, I could easily finish this box, no problem. It's not bad. There's all sorts of different products from this ENVIROKIDS thing, including other monkey-themed cereals. So if you want to, you know, dig into that, you know, that rabbit hole, be my guest. But it's such a shame about Harambe. It's such a shame that we even have to be having this special. Did you know that he was set to play Gorilla Grodd in the new Justice League movie? Yeah, that was gonna happen, and then he was taken from us all too quick. I mean, I wish they could just insert him with CGI or something. They could do that kind of stuff, right? If Gorilla Grodd appears in a Justice League movie, just know that was supposed to be Harambe. In fact, they should credit him in the end credits. They should just say, you know, rest in peace, for the love of Harambe. And you know, he was also up for that movie, The Apes of Wrath. Oh well, I mean, maybe it is a blessing in disguise. He's no longer a convict at the Cincinnati Zoo. How else can I end this video but this one last time, dicks out for Harambe. So, what more can I say at this point? Harambe, you were #1 in my book. With a bullet. I hate it all to end, man. So, I guess I offer this final soliloquy to you, Harambe. I be a #1 in the living, #1 complex, gaga poo poo.
Laying it on a bit thick, aren't you?
How dare you interrupt such a beautiful moment? What
know we haven't been seeing eye to eye lately, but there's something you should know.
To those of you who don't know, that's the man upstairs. He used to be a big part of this show, but he got himself fired for kind of being like a douchebag and torturing me week after week. I can't have people torturing me on my own program. I don't know what the heck he was thinking, but here he is. Just a complete spontaneous surprise appearance. To what do I owe this unwanted interruption?
I know we're no longer friends, and it's against my better judgment to let you know about this.
And it's against my better judgment to let you speak!
Something is happening at the Oracle of Eves at this very moment. A once-in-a-thousand millennia kind of thing. You can witness this if you venture there, post-haste.
If you are jerking my chain, then so help me.
Do not dawdle! Time is of the essence! Go now!
Guess we're going to the Vortex Randomizer, guys. Man upstairs, I have no idea what the heck I'm doing here. What am I supposed to be seeing?
Patience.
What the? Oh, no way. It's him! Harambe! In between dimensions going to heaven! Everybody, give him a round of applause! Wave bye-bye to Harambe, everybody! Bye-bye! We love you, Harambe! We love you! You were taken from us too early, Harambe!
It's the brand new Ford Pinto! Front engine, rear wheel drive, guaranteed you're gonna get some mud on these rotors. Other than the Bronco with Hershey the Wonder Dog riding shotgun, the Pinto is the best car that Ford puts out, guaranteed. Where the hell else are you gonna find a 3-door hatchback? 3 doors? What will they think of next? Go to your local Ford dealer, tell them Ted Fowler sent you, and ask to see their new line of Pinto automobiles. You'll be glad you did.